Good afternoon, administrators, colleagues, and friends. We are here today to discuss how we can better serve our ELL students inside and outside of the classroom. As teachers, we all know the benefits of creating a learning environment that supports creativity and learning while making it a safe space for our students. We must also make these learning environments emotionally and culturally responsive so that we are supporting and encouraging motivation and good self-esteem for all of our students. Our ELL students will bring their own background knowledge and cultural experiences into the classroom, and it is how we choose to use it that matters. We must take an interest in their culture and find a way to blend it into the curriculum and lessons we use. This will mean that we will need to do our own research on their cultures. We should not be afraid of reaching out to their families or others to learn more about it. A student's culture is more than the way that they dress or the language they speak. It can be seen in how they act, their body language, their socialization methods, their values, and the way they view themselves and others. We must understand that ELL students will come with emotional needs that as a teacher, we need to help them communicate. These needs may stem from being in a new school where they don't know the language, maybe their home life, time spent in a refugee camp, or just immigration as a whole. We need to help them find a way to express this so we can work through it together. At the same time, our lessons and expectations should not change. We should still have high expectations for our ELL students, the same as the rest of our students, and we will praise accomplishments made in both English usage as well as academics. We still want our students to know their potential and their ability for success. So, how can we achieve this? First and foremost, we get to know our EL students. We take an interest in who they are, where they're from, and what they like to do. Part of teaching successful students is the relationship you have with your students. The greater the relationship, the better the students tend to succeed. We should also showcase this so everyone can know the students and their cultures. We can do this through About Me posters or inviting their family or someone else who shares their culture to teach the class a bit about their culture, maybe prepare some food, teach a dance the students can learn, or an activity the class can participate in. Whatever you do, it should make the student feel welcomed and appreciated for who they are and what they can bring to class. Along with this, we need to get to know the families. Teachers, administrators, counselors, and the student's family make up a partnership in the success of the student. So as teachers, it is our responsibility to be sure we are forming relationships with students and their families. Even if you're not getting a positive response, you gotta keep trying. In our classrooms, we must provide books and show diversity from writers to pictures. We can have posters and pictures of students from all nations and all shapes, sizes, and colors. All kids thrive when they can see themselves reflected back in the material around them. This may mean that we may need to go above and beyond to tweak the curriculum or find other articles that encourage diversity. Sometimes, especially in social studies and histories, some cultures are brushed over in favor of others. We need to make sure that we are giving the same attention to all cultures and not just the ones that look good in our history books. It is also helpful to celebrate the student's first language. While the ELL student must learn English to be successful in American schools, it is important that we do not turn their first language into a negative. It's important. It might be a good idea that while the ELL student is learning English, maybe the rest of the class can be learning words and phrases in their first language. It doesn't have to be complicated. Start small with a color of the week, number of the week, or phrase of the week. This way, all students are learning tolerance and something about another culture. One thing to remember at times as teachers, we might be faced with having to explain something that makes us feel uncomfortable. Some people have a hard time discussing issues in current events that revolve around race and culture issues. It's important as teachers that we embrace this talk when needed. We listen to our students' feelings and thoughts, and we do not let our biases take control. Students come in all shapes, sizes, and colors from all walks of life. This is something we can physically see, and we need to embrace that. Offer support and comfort when needed, but do not pretend that we do not understand because we're uncomfortable by the situation. Overall, if we are fostering relationships with both ELL students and their families, we are on the right track. We can provide assistance for families to help their children at home. We can celebrate our differences by finding fun activities and ways to learn about other cultures. Sometimes we may need to go the extra mile to make sure that the students are heard and seen, but it is so worth it for the students' overall success. Just keep in mind that we live in a diverse world, and our classroom environments and our lessons should reflect that. Thank you, and have a beautiful day.